Sabrina Ionescu just pulled off the kind of play that makes highlight reels for years. A rainbow three, contact, the whistle, and a 4-point dagger that sealed the Liberty's win over the Lynx. But with Breanna Stewart sidelined, one question keeps getting louder. Whose team is this really? The Liberty walked into this game desperate. They'd been stumbling, dropping frustrating losses, and critics were starting to whisper about whether this team had lost its edge. Facing the Lynx, one of the league's toughest opponents, they needed more than just a win. They needed a statement, but they weren't at full strength. Breanna Stewart, the reigning finals MVP and the face of the franchise, wasn't on the floor. Minnesota's star Napheesa Collier was also out, leveling the playing field, at least on paper. That left the spotlight wide open, and it was Sabrina Ionescu who stepped into it. When the dust settled, the Liberty walked away with an 85-75 victory, fueled not by their usual centerpiece, but by Ionescu's fire. It was the kind of performance that didn't just win a game, it sparked a conversation. From the opening tip, Sabrina Ionescu looked locked in. She wasn't forcing shots or chasing highlights. She was dictating tempo, orchestrating possessions, and waiting for the right moment to strike. Her final line, 17 points, 11 assists, and the single biggest shot of the night. With the Liberty clinging to a slim lead late in the fourth, she rose up from deep absorbed contact and buried the three. The whistle blew, a 4-point play, the dagger. It wasn't just the points, it was the timing. Every time Minnesota threatened to climb back, Ionescu had an answer. A drive that collapsed the defense, a perfectly timed kick out to a shooter, or a quick handoff that turned into an easy bucket. Her fingerprints were on everything. Teammates fed off it. Jonquel Jones dominated the paint with 20 points and 14 boards. Courtney Williams hit clutch shots in rhythm. But it all started with Sabrina. Her energy, her leadership, and her refusal to let the game slip. For one night, it was her team. No doubt about it. Here's where the debate begins. Breanna Stewart is still the centerpiece of this franchise, the reigning finals MVP, a 2-time league MVP, and the player the Liberty built their title chase around. When Stewart is on the floor, the offense flows through her. She's the steady hand, the dominant presence, the superstar everyone expects to deliver. But with her sidelined, something shifted. The Liberty weren't looking for Stewart to bail them out. They were following Sabrina. The ball moved faster, the energy was sharper, and the team played with a looseness that felt different. And when crunch time arrived, there was no question who wanted the ball. That's why the whispers have started. Is Sabrina Ionescu overshadowing Breanna Stewart? Is the future of this team shifting in real time? It doesn't mean Stewart is less valuable, but perception matters. And right now, the highlight reels, the headlines, and the social media chatter are all about Sabrina, not the Liberty's established superstar. One thing you couldn't ignore in this game was the whistles. The last time these two teams met, the Liberty were furious. The Lynx shot 33 free throws while New York got just 8. That imbalance became the story, overshadowing everything else. But this time, the whistle was different. Calls were more balanced, the free throw attempts closer, and the Liberty finally had room to play their style without feeling punished for being aggressive. That shift mattered. Sabrina Ionescu attacked the lane with confidence, knowing she might actually get the call. Jonquel Jones battled inside without being whistled for phantom fouls. And with that fairness restored, the Liberty's energy never sagged. It didn't decide the game by itself, but it set the stage for Sabrina's takeover. And it raised another uncomfortable question. If officiating balance lets Ionescu shine, what does that mean when Stewart is back in the mix? Fans are already split, and social media lit up the second the game ended. On one side, you've got Liberty diehards saying this is Sabrina's team now. They point to her leadership, her confidence, and the way she made every big play when it mattered most. On the other side, Stewart loyalists are pushing back. They argue that one hot night doesn't erase the fact that Breanna is the proven champion, the finals MVP, and the reason New York even reached contender status in the first place. But here's the twist. Both sides are right. Sabrina Ionescu is emerging as the heartbeat of this team. Her swagger, her clutch shooting, her ability to elevate teammates, that's real, and you can't ignore it. At the same time, Stewart's consistency, her two-way dominance, and her playoff pedigree make her irreplaceable. The tension comes from this. When you have two superstars in the same locker room, the spotlight isn't big enough to shine equally. Somebody will always look like they're in the shadow. And right now, that spotlight feels like it's shifting. The Liberty aren't chasing regular season highlights, they're chasing a championship. And here's where the Sabrina vs. Stewart debate becomes more than just noise. When the playoffs hit, defenses tighten. Opponents lock in on every set, every possession, every star player. In that environment, your go-to option has to be clear. Last year, that was Breanna Stewart. She was the one carrying the weight, drawing doubles, and taking the biggest shots. But after nights like this, you can't deny that Sabrina Ionescu is forcing her way into that conversation. She's proving she can be the closer, the one who thrives when the game slows down and every basket feels like life or death. The risk, identity confusion. If the Liberty don't settle the hierarchy, crunch time possessions could get messy. Does the ball go to Stewart in the post, or does it stay in Ionescu's hands on the perimeter? Those split-second decisions can decide championships. And if fans are already debating it in August, imagine the noise when October rolls around. This isn't just about a win in August, it's about the shifting balance of power inside the WNBA's most star-studded roster. Breanna Stewart came to New York to cement her legacy, to be the cornerstone of a new dynasty, and she's already delivered hardware, MPVS, deep playoff runs, and the kind of consistency only legends provide. But now Sabrina Ionescu is rewriting the script. She's younger, she's flashier, and she connects with fans in a way that feels different, more raw, more personal, more electric. If Stewart is the polished superstar, Sabrina is the disruptor. And in today's league, personality drives just as much as production. Social media clips, highlight reels, and viral moments are shaping narratives faster than championship banners. So when Sabrina saves the Liberty, it's more than one player having a big game. It's a signal. The WNBA might be entering a new chapter where Ionescu's name isn't just mentioned alongside Stewart's, but maybe even ahead of it. And that's where the controversy really lives. Is this still Stewart's team, or are we watching a superstar takeover in real time? The aftermath of this game wasn't quiet. Media headlines ran with the Sabrina saves the Liberty angle. Fans flooded timelines debating whether Breanna Stewart is being overshadowed, and even rival fan bases jumped in, calling the Liberty Sabrina's squad now. Inside the locker room, the tone was professional. Stewart praised Sabrina. Sabrina deflected credit to her teammates, but that doesn't erase what everyone else sees. Momentum in sports is as much about perception as performance, and right now, Ionescu owns the narrative. The real fallout isn't just the buzz online, it's what happens next. Every Liberty game moving forward will be dissected not just for the score, but for the dynamic. Who takes the shots, who leads in crunch time, and how long before that internal question, unspoken but unavoidable, spills into the open. Because as the Liberty chase a title, their biggest opponent might not be the Lynx or the Aces, it might be their own superstar balance. So here's the real question. Did Sabrina Ionescu just steal the spotlight from Breanna Stewart? Or is this just one game in a long season where Stewie still reigns supreme? Drop your take in the comments. Is this officially Sabrina's team now, or are people overreacting to the moment? If you love WNBA drama, rivalries, and the stories that nobody else is breaking down, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on all notifications. This is Central Hoops.